Hey you guys, what's up? This is the Italian Tornado here. Gonna do a little bit of Q&A. Um, Sitting here with my dad and that. Gonna ask him a couple questions about the military, about his life and what he did and what position he was, what rank he was, and how he felt about being in the military. Um, you ready, Dad?
I'm still eating.
Alright. Let's switch it over there. Alright, Dad.
What?
First question. What was your rank, position in the military? What branch were you in? And what year did you join?
1959.
And what was your rank?
PFC.
What's the PFC?
Just second class.
Second class.
Third class, whatever the hell it was. I forget what it was.
Okay. Did you have like a position like in the military? Did you like artillery or anything like that?
Just motor pool.
Motor pool.
Them personnel carriers. We had a whole bunch of them lined up.
And how did you feel about being in the military?
Okay.
Nothing, anything, as far as, being there and,
Dangerous. Them personnel carriers are dangerous. You get going down a hill and a brace give out of them and go over the bank. You don't return, you're dead. If I happen to be a hilly part of the Audubon, that's what they called it over there, Audubon.
and where were you stationed at?
Curse stunts. I don't know how to spell them fucking words.
No, you gotta worry about spelling it,
Curse stunts. Third Armored Division. Spearhead.
Now, now why did you join the military?
They drafted me.
Oh, they drafted you? What was it like living the military life? Well, otherwise,
That's okay. You lived in a building just like you do over here in the senior citizen building. Two floors to it. Then you have the ground floor where they keep all your supplies and stuff. So there's the ground floor and 2 floors on up. 1, 2.
and that was that like when you first got stationed. Was it a local state, like New York or anything like that? I mean,
Just that one. Just that Spearhead is a big base. We had a lot of stuff stored in that place. We had the tanks there too. Tanks were on one side of us. I never seen any fucking tanks really. I don't know where the hell they kept them out back, I guess. It was all fenced in, so the Germans couldn't get in and steal everything. The only thing they stole was gas. That's the only thing they could get away with. Couldn't trace gas.
no, it'd be kind of hard to try to trace gas.
What they used to do,
I'm sure there was an abundance of gas.
it was fucking, when I was there, it was $5 a gallon. That's what it was over there. That's how.
$5 a gallon, even back then. Wow.
Yep. 34 cents when I went in. Weird, ain't it?
Yeah, that's. And just think over here now.
We used to have these little gas cans, square ones, with a screw on top. They used to carry them out, go empty them, then they bring them back, throw them over the fence. I thought that was kind of cute. They throw them back over the fence. It must have made a hell of a noise when they threw them fucking cans back over. There you go. 15 of the fucking Indians out there running around, throwing them back over the fence. How they don't want somebody else stealing their gas cans after they stole all the gas out of them. So they bring them back, throw them over the fence.
So how did you feel about it when you got shipped overseas?
I didn't feel nothing. Just rode along with it. You don't feel nothing. You just do what they tell you. Don't feel into it.
Where did you get over? Where were you shipped overseas at?
It's the same place where I stayed all the time.
Where was that?
3rd Armored Division, Spearhead, Kurskans.
Now was that over Germany?
Mm-hmm.
Anything, when you were over there, was there, anything special? I mean, that, somebody, I know you once told me that you had, that was the year that Elvis Presley
Yeah, he was
was
there.
over there.
Yeah, he was there at the same time. The first 6 months I was there, he was there. Then he did his 2 years. No, he went back to the United States. Oh yeah, he was there. He was on an hour drive from me, where I was stationed. Oh, there's quite a lot of stories about him being not too far from us.
How did you feel about him being over there?
I never met Elvis.
Oh, you never met him? Did you think anything about it when you found out that he was stationed an hour away? Do you think that, that he would have done anything, or did it change your perspective about things, or?
No. Same old. Just another human being there. The only problem, he was a movie star. He had his cameras and everything with him all the time, but they had to keep him out. It's like they just can't carry him around.
Yeah.
He usually took his movies on Saturday and Sundays when everything's quiet. There wasn't nothing going on. We worked 5 days a week. Then we have Saturday and Sundays, and he had his people in there getting him in and out.
What was when you were stationed over in
Germany.
In Germany, what was your duties over there? I mean, what was
Personnel.
just
Motor pool. Just working in the motor pool. Driver of them personnel carriers. Motors on one side, both sides. Motor over on this side, one on that side. Kind of weird fucking the way they had them set up.
What year did you retire from the military?
2 years later.
2 years. And you said you joined what in 1959?
August of 1959.
What do you think about the military today? What is your perspective on what you think, about them being over in Iraq and, about stuff, going on now?
I don't know what the hell they're doing over there.
Do you think that they should be over there, or?
Wherever that president decides to do with them. Bunch of assholes over there in Iraq, where Hussein was. Had to roast him out of there somehow. Now, the way you're going to get him is go in there and get him. Because he's evil.
Well, didn't they catch him?
Yeah, they hung him. The people over there hung him.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Whatever they decide, they're just like Twan and take them down to the courthouse and give them their trial. They shot his 2 sons. I remember reading that in the paper. Got rid of them bastards.
What do you think about when
They were evil than he was. Going around doing things until we caught up with them.
what about
They didn't even know they were in the building when they blew it up. His two sons, they got him. They got him though.
yeah, they blew up their house, didn't they?
No, they were in a back. They were in a building, on the back side.
Yeah.
They were after him. They chased him around there for a while, and they run into that building. Then then the Americans surrounded it, so they couldn't get out. They killed him.
If you had to, do it all over again, would you join the military again and do it all over again?
Yeah.
No, why is that?
I don't know. You do it once, and once is enough. Let somebody else do it.
Get somebody younger in there or something, or
Yeah, I would join up with it. No, once is enough of that. Let somebody else. Come draft somebody else.
cause I know we always, we have talks once in a while, about the military, cause,
While you were in school?
well, yeah, that, and and I've always been a military history person. I've always followed up with that stuff, and it's not the the carnage that comes with the war or anything. I just like knowing that
See what's going on, huh?
right, and
There's a guy
knowing
down.
that because I mean you being in the military yourself, you have first hands of seeing how things are done.
There's a guy down in Stevensville just come back, and I met him. He still had his uniform on. I don't know if he's going to go back or not. And I asked him a few things about it. He says, the thing they don't show on the news every night, what goes on over there. People getting blown up. Setting bombs off.
Now, did they have
He said, he talked a little bit, he said, can't talk about it no more. I said, okay.
did they have like IEDs or anything like that over there in Germany, or where they would place bombs in the ground and stuff? And
No, we do that. They just had to be there for a couple of years to be
so then you had like
on guard duty or whatever you want to call it, be on duty for a couple of years. Then somebody else take your place.
so you had a section that you had to guard.
Nope.
No, you didn't. You
I
didn't.
went on guard duty a lot.
That's what I was saying. You went on guard duty, and you had certain sections that you had to guard.
There were about 15 of us would go out. 15 of us would go out on guard duty. One time I went on guard duty, I was the last one to be put on guard duty. Finally, that fucking Jeep would come around. I said, I'm gonna get a look and see who the fuck riding in that Jeep. He went by me and I looked up. It was a major. What the fuck's he doing around here? They would put majors out here. I found out.
Why did they put the major out there?
They put me out there with it on the guard duty. They questioned me. See how sharp I was? That's the first time I ever seen him. That's the last time I ever seen him. I said, it's time to get the fuck out of this place. I'm getting sick of this bullshit.
Did you find it when you got drafted, and then when you were in the military for the duration of 2 years? Did you find it where it was more of a pain in the ass to be in there because how you were treated, or did they treat because
we all got treated the same way. This sergeant I had put me in charge of the motor pool, our personnel carrier. I got to be in charge of that. I took a fucking axe handle out on a German's farm. The handle, the axe part of it I got in there.
Mm-hmm.
That steel part that digs up.
Yep.
I threw that son of a bitch out in the guy's right beside his road where he goes into the farm. One of the guys happened to see it go and he said, "What'd you throw?" I said, "Mind your fucking business." He just happened to be turning around and he seen it go. I threw it fast as hell as I could. I said, "I'm getting rid of this fucking thing." I think other German farms have it.
Yeah.
That way they won't never find it. They'll take it into the barn and use it for their digging. I did that.
What the hell are you gonna need it for, right?
Yeah, it kept moving around. And where the hell would it go? One day I'd find it here and find it there. What the fuck's taking that, hauling that around? I said, I'll get rid of it. I just wanted a handle to it. I used it once. I was up on, he always put me on guard duty. And I guess it was I was a special kitten or something, I don't know. And I got up and walked around all the personnel carriers. I couldn't see nobody. Everybody was back in a corner someplace. So I snuck into my personnel carrier. I sat down in the seat. All of a sudden I heard this goddamn tiptoeing. I brought my axe handle with me. I let it right beside me. I said, fuck, these people won't sneak up behind me. I'm going to teach them a lesson not to sneak up behind me. Come up to the front of the personnel carrier, then we'll go at it. So I heard this tip, 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 tip. I let it get so I spun around and grabbed that handle. And I said, "Hey, what rank are you?" I kept leaning forward and walking sideways to him. "Oh, you're a major." I said, "What can I help you?"
Now
So
with
that was the first time that ever happened. That was the last time.
with their, I mean, I know you guys, back then, you guys had, your tanks and stuff like that. Pretty much, their tanks really haven't changed any other than they got heavier armor on them.
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
Do you think it would be a different outcome when you got drafted into war back then? Do you think it'd be a different outcome if today's equipment that we have today was back then? If they would have thought of that, would have been a different outcome with that?
Yeah, we had good stuff. It was hard to fight Hitler because he was so, took him 3 years to get him, roust him out of them places where he was hid. He had us secured when he started that war. Hitler did.
Well, he had a place that he hid, wasn't it, on the ground?
He had 3 or 4 fucking places.
Yeah, because he had, tunnels going to different buildings and stuff?
I don't know, I don't know what the Americans did when they found him. They guarded him, I guess.
Well, according to history, and according to, how TV is, they said that they never found him. That he died of a heart attack.
Right.
Do you believe that?
I think they killed him and threw him in that goddamn thing in North, Laffendeer. He had a building built where you could bury people he didn't like. He'd throw them down the bottom of this fucking pit. And the fucking lid over, sealed up tight till you rotted. Rot after a while, stay down there long enough.
Yeah.
They figured they threw him in there.
Yeah, because I
They never
and
did.
I think
I don't think they ever found him.
And I think that
They
maybe
found
their own
something
people
else.
did.
They found something else after the war ended. He had a fucking underground submarine thing built.
Oh, really?
He never surfaced. The submarine took off. Where the hell? Somebody took that when they figured the war was ended. They got that the fuck out of there and took it someplace else, into another country.
Now, how much longer was it when you left the military life? Did the people that were there did they ever bring them back home? I mean, once everything was settled, did everybody come back, or did they leave people over there to, because, Germany had their own military.
Yeah,
They still do. you know.
I don't know. Nothing about that. I know a bunch of fucking thieves, all of them. Whole fucking bang bang of them.
Who, the Germans or the...
Fucking, yeah, the people that used to come in on our 3rd Armored Division and get through the gate. Fucking, what do you call it? Black market.
What they do? You used to take your guys' artillery and stuff and sell it, or...
You never seen they could sell. We sell it to them.
So you guys kind
They,
of had...
and the funny part of it, they paid them in marks. They never paid them in our American money. We had to go someplace downtown and get rid of them fucking marks. And they'd be $125 mark. Piece of paper money with 125 written on it.
Really?
Yeah, something like that. I forget how it. Guy opened his pocketbook up one time, opened it up for me. He had about 5 of them fuckers stuck in there. I asked him when he got ready, I said, what the hell are you going to do with them marks? I said, you're not going to be able to cash them in when you get back to the United States. He said, I'll give them cashed in before I leave. I don't know if he ever did or not. Probably took them with him. They're crooked down in Kentucky. He was from Kentucky, so they're crooked down there anyway. He'll figure out some way to cash them in. Get to know some president of the bank, tell him to keep his mouth shut. Give me his fucking money. I figured, what the hell would that mark be worth? I don't know. $75, I guess. Our money. I know what he was selling. You know these things that's in the commo, in your radios?
Mm-hmm.
There's a piece of Paul tried to find out, I wouldn't tell him fucking nothing. There's a piece of glass in there that works with different channels. Things that are supposed to wear out.
Yeah, the different frequencies.
Frequencies, yep. And when they wear out, when they go bad, he's supposed to take a hammer and smash them up and throw them in a trash can. But he was selling them off. He was selling to one of his buddies off. Somebody lived off post. They were working underground.
So that, you know, like their black market thing.
Black market, that's what you call it, black market. Yeah.
You know, they just sell their old crap to them and get money.
And crap, fucking Germans working over in their laboratories and figure out how the hell we made it. America, you couldn't get in them laboratories. They had them fucking places guarded like Fort Knox. Where them laboratories were, the Germans guarded them good. They had their army in there guarding that stuff. When they get a whole bunch of our stuff, the last you'll see of it.
You guys had, you know, tanks and stuff like that over there.
Yeah, a little shit house for them. See, there was only 2 bases left when the war was over with Hitler. That one, that 3rd Armored Division, then there was one in the south. They're both as big as each other. So you had to set
So
up
you had one at the north side and one at the south
in
side.
the south, yeah, down in the south.
Yeah.
That just happened to be the way they had it set up, north and south.
Yeah.
Yeah, he come in there one of them fucking, what do you call them, black market?
Black market, yep.
He come in with a fucking book with a whole bunch of pictures in it. He was showing it to my buddy. I sat there and watched it. And the fucking book was that thick. He opened it up and he kept looking for certain pictures on it. He passed it over to me. He said, he put a pencil in it, something like this. He said, pointed at her, you know him? I see when the fucking guy left. I said, did you know him? Yeah, he said, I knew of him, but he said, I ain't gonna tell him. I guess not.
Now,
They were gonna kill him probably, you know. Because that was the only way they were gonna find out who this guy was.
if somebody that you knew, was in high school and getting ready and thinking about joining the military, and come to you and asked you, you know, what do you think about joining the military?
That's
you
a
know,
hard
joining
thing
the
to tell me where to go. Because I didn't know anything about how they had it set up. But MPs had been the way they went. If you could pass the test, they're not going to let you in easy. Got to be pretty smart.
I know when I was getting out of school, and I talked to recruiters,
Oh yeah, them guys.
and they wanted to stick me in a tank, and I told them I wasn't going to be stuck in no box, and they said, well, being as your height, that's the only position that we can give you.
Bullshit.
And I said, well, then I don't want to join the military, even though I wanted to join it, when
Right.
during school, but I never joined. But like
Yeah,
you and
they're tricky. You see how tricky they are.
yeah.
They're tricky as hell. Yeah, they.
But I have family like you and that that are been in the
know,
military.
They knew about how it. Yes. It was interesting. That guy, that major, took me out to the guard duty that night, and I knew about this fence being knocked down, and I checked it out one time or another. I had happened to be walking by. I checked it. We was on picking up trash and shit, and I walked by the fucking fence they cut. I looked it all over and I said, hey, you, come on, pick that trash up. I am. What the hell you think I'm doing? I was looking at the fence. They didn't have it wired very good. Fucking Germans got to open it back up in 5 seconds.
Well, they didn't even have. I don't think they even had razor wire back then. They had just barbed wire, wasn't it?
No, they had a bigger fence, just like you see down here the DuPonts. That fence.
Oh, like that chain link fencing.
Yeah, fence goes up.
And then it had the wire up on
Yeah,
top.
wire on top. Yeah, they had that up there.
That was your guys' perimeter.
And that major took me out there. I looked around and I couldn't figure out what the hell was dark back in there where he had this thing I was going to guard. And I asked him, I said, what the hell am I guarding? It's so important. I said, hey, Major. I said, I never seen a goddamn major on guard duty before. I said, how come you're on here? He shut his mouth. He wouldn't answer me. And he told me what to do. I said, where the hell's that fence at that the Germans cut open? He says, to your right. I said, I know where my right is and I know where my left is. That dumb bastard. After he told me that, he said, you're going to be guarding that thing right there. That's that fucking personnel carrier that went down over the bank. Yeah, he says. We don't want nobody in here taking pictures of it. 2 days later, I seen them load it up on a flatbed and the way they went with it. I said, why the fuck didn't they load it up last week so I wouldn't have to guard it on the weekend? I said, it was alright. I got to meet that fucking major anyway. Thought he's going to outsmart me. Oh, you could lie to him if you're smart enough. Kids in the city wouldn't know how to lie to him.
Is that what you used to do?
No, that was the only time I had to lie. Usually they stick you out there. Tell you to stand right there.
What did you have to lie about?
That fucking personnel carrier. Fucker. Fucking went over the fucking bridge. He told me. He told me what I wanted to know anyway. He told me a lot of other shit too, but man, getting into that. Funny, he stood around there walking around in circles. He said, I'll be back. Check on you in an hour. If he came back, he's up on a fucking roof someplace looking down over. I didn't look up, I just kept doing his perimeter, going around in circles, In case he did sneak back in here and watch me for a while,
All right, Dad.
That's the only excitement I had was that fucking major. I went down to where we keep the supply room. I said, hey, you guys, I didn't know this. I've been there for a year. I didn't know it. I said, well, you guys go on guard duty. I said, what the hell do you do out there? We don't. What do you mean you don't? I said, everybody in this building's supposed to go on guard duty. He said, we're supply personnel. We don't have to go on guard duty. I said, I'll be damned. First time I knew it. I said, what the hell is a major out there running around for? I said, you guys must know something. He said, no, we don't know why that major would have been out there. Well, I said, he's putting people on guard duty. They couldn't answer that question, so. That's the first time I ever got a question blocked by the people in the building, you know. I couldn't believe it. They didn't have to go on guard duty. No wonder they're upstairs rounding us guys up all the fucking time. Fucking low on supply, low on people. Fucking people downstairs don't go on guard duty. Works in the supply room. Kind of interesting.
Well, that I appreciate.
That fence deal. They didn't have it where the Americans didn't wire it back up very good. They just put a wire to a wrench and took a pair of snap-ons and wired it a little bit here and a little bit here. And I looked it over until that guy hollered at me. He asked me when I got up there and got picking up rubber. He said, what are you looking at? I said, that damn fence down there. He said, what's wrong with it? I said, I don't know. I didn't see nothing wrong with it. I wouldn't tell him neither. Fuck him. You don't need to know nothing. What I see is different than what he sees. They all different what they see. They're all drunk all the time anyway. Them sergeants. They don't not drunk when they come duty on Monday morning, but they were drunk on Saturday night. Yeah. Guard duty is something else. Dangerous fucking thing. I found that out when I didn't know it was that fucking dangerous. I knew it was dangerous because I knew they were sneaking in, you know, stealing our gas. One of the guys was on guard duty to that day. They had to go out and pick up the cans. He told me about them picking up the cans. I said, what them fucking Germans doing? He said, throw them back over the fence. I said, how the hell can they throw them over that big fence? They make a hell of a bang. You know, he said they had them spread out. They put it down the ways and threw one over, went up the way, and they kept throwing them over. They made sure they didn't hit each other and make a hell of a racket. I thought it was kind of cute. Very cute.
Well, I definitely, appreciate you answering some questions that I had and giving your perspective on the military life and what you think, I'm gonna close it out here. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video. So.
Okay, turn that thing off then.
Alrighty.
No, the guard duty.
Hold on. That was me and my dad, getting some questions, asking him some questions, and he's answered, favorite, like, subscribe, and that's it.
Turn that thing off.